Changed for me this, and we'd always had this dream of going to Spain for a few years, me and my missus. So I said, well, let's do it while we're still young enough. So we sold our house up in Ramsbottom, which is only about 10 miles away, and moved into a rented house, so we're ready to pounce when our house came up in Spain. And then what happens? Credit crunch. So one minute you're looking at a house in Spain, next minute it's out of the question because the pound had collapsed to the euro, and there was credit crunch. And what do we do now? We sold our home, sold all our furniture, we rented accommodation, which was expensive. And I just happened to see this was hadn't been sold at auction one day in the paper. So I came along and had a look at it, and on my own, which is just as well because it wasn't a pretty sight. Because like I say, every window and door was boarded up. You couldn't get in here; it was all boarded up because it'd been raided and robbed. And I thought, well, no, we could live in it, do it up and live in it, you know, not be paying rent out. It made sense to me. So I rang the agent up and said, I'd like to put an offer in. See, it wasn't sold at auction. He said, well, actually, we've had an offer after the auction. We've accepted it, so it's sold. And I was gutted. You know when you really set your heart on something? I put the phone down. My son was working with me at the time. We were stood in the office, and he says, no, Dad, it's not gone. Ring them back. I said, don't be silly. I've just spoken to the bloke. He said, it's gone, that's it. He said, no, ring them back, it's not gone. And he kept telling me for about an hour. In the end, I said, right, I'll ring back just to shut you up. So I rings back, and this bloke says, it's funny you should ring back, because the other bloke's changed his mind. How weird is that? So I said, right, I'm not trying to be clever, I'm not trying to ding you down. Are you happy to accept the same figure off me as you were this other chap? And he said, yeah. I said, right, give me half an hour. And I flew home to my missus, who hadn't seen the place, right? And that's the second time in our married life I've been on my bended knees. It was very emotional. And she was saying, well, we sold our home to go to Spain. I said, yeah, but Spain's out of the question now. There's something about this, I've just got to do it. After about half an hour, I'm driving them mad. She said, right, wasn't that much. So I rings the bloke back, I said, right, we're up for it, do you want to come over now and give you a deposit? So he said, no, look, he said, it's Friday afternoon, it's 4:45, go home at 5 o'clock, we're commercial agents, so we're not open over the weekend, so nothing's going to happen. I'll see you Monday, we'll sort it out then. I said, okay, puts the phone down. So my wife says, right, we'll nip over to Bolton for a bit of shopping. On the way you can show me the house we just bought. And we set us off for Bolton, we get halfway here on the Bury Bolton Road, and the phone goes. And it's this guy again, he says, you're not going to want to hear this. He said, the other bloke's changed his mind again. He's on his way in with his chequebook. So I said, well, I'm halfway to Bolton, got my chequebook in my pocket. So he said, well, the first day he gets it. And that was it, I just booted into the centre of Bolton, into his car, into their car park. Didn't have a chance to stop off and have a look at the place, so the wife still hadn't seen it. He gets into the office, he's got all the paperwork laid out on the desk there. We exchanged contracts there and then. And as soon as we'd signed all the paperwork, I said to him, look, I said, I don't care. I wanted the place that much, but I said, were you pulling my leg about the other bloke? Oh no, he said, the other guy was on his way, the girls had rung him, told him to turn around, go home, it's sold, exchange contract. Then he says the other chap's name was Mr. Khan. And Mr. Khan's a local property developer apparently.
So with the English,
yeah. The house you can't touch, that's grade 2 listed. But apparently all this was going, they're going to build apartments here. So, unwittingly, we'd saved the place. And when I finally managed to get in here, because it was all, like I say, it was all boarded up, and when I saw what was in here, I thought, this is important stuff, this, you know. And that's when I decided to open it up as a museum. And I didn't know at that stage that Fred had applied for planning permission for it to be a heritage centre. Until I went and put my plans in, and they showed me his plans in Town Hall. And that's how we came to be here. And yes, it's been a struggle. First 3 years were a real struggle, but you know we're getting there now, and yeah, very proud of what we've done here. And I think Fred would be pleased. I like to think so anyway. Yeah. So, got any questions, anyone?